It's got many millions of hits on Spotify. But two things really stood out to me. It's a young, up-and-coming artist. I must have listened to this song on repeat more than anything that summer. I have so much respect for this gentleman. He harkens back to an age where people like Elton John, Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, Sting, they possess this magical voice, but they also play an instrument. They also produce, and then they also write great songs. So much has kind of got lost and frayed in recent last 15 years, and because the advent of computers really sort of taking over. And this guy is a throwback to that stuff. I loved it. We invited him down to the Blue Note last year to watch our show, and we struck up a bit of a friendship. And when I knew I was going to be making a new record, I texted him and said, "Hey, listen, David Foster is going to produce, and I would like you to be the only singer on my new album. Do you got anything?" And he says, "Yeah, I have this probably song you might dig." He sends me this particular piece of music, and I'll let him tell you the backstory of it, but it's called Paris, and it's going to be the first single on my record, and we're going to play that for you first. Then we're going to follow it up with the song that drew my attention to him and many, many millions of fans of his throughout the world. His beautiful song called Ray. Everyone, please welcome Mr. John Splithoff.
Before we say goodnight, and lay beside me underneath the stars. And won't you kiss me one more time before this wine goes to my head, and I wake tomorrow wondering who you are. Because I don't know your name, and you don't know my story. But if the wine is the one to blame, then let's greet the early morning. Because it's getting late and it's sunny. It's only you and me. But the city's made for passing lovers, loving leisurely. won't you kiss me one more time before this wine goes to my head and I wake tomorrow wondering who you are. Because I don't know your name, you don't know my story, but if the one is the one to blame, oh, then let's greet the early morning, 'cause it's getting late and it's Halloween and it's only you and me, but the city's made for passing lovers, loving leisurely, yeah. Said you and me in Paris, you and me in Paris. I said you and me in Paris.
Here's the thing. I've only been to Paris one time. It was like 10 years ago. It was like 22-year-old John going to Paris, and I think I wrote that song in anticipation of going to Paris. I didn't write it as a direct result of my experience there. It was like me trying to get into the spirit of the city of love and all that. And that's what happened. I just wrote that song. And the song wasn't even called Paris to begin with. It was called Ile Saint-Louis, a place in Paris. I was trying to be specific, as you do as a songwriter. It's a technique, imagery. And then Chris heard the song and he was like, man, this is great. I'm going to suggest we call this thing Paris. Ile Saint-Louis is spelled exactly like St. Louis, and you're from Chicago, so I don't want to do that to you. It's not a good look for you. People are going to be getting the wrong idea, so Paris it is. Branding. All right. Moving on. This next song that we're about to play of mine means the world to me. It's a song I wrote for a dear friend of mine who unfortunately passed away a number of years ago, and I wanted to commemorate them with a song, and this is the only way I knew really how to process the whole experience. So this is what came from it, this song. And I wanted to pay tribute to the kind of person they were. They loved music, they loved to sing, they loved to dance, and having released this song a number of years ago, I just feel very grateful that it's resonated with people all over the world, and I'm especially grateful at the end of this 56 show run, Chris has had me up here. I'm so grateful it resonated with him. So Chris, thank you so much for having me up on this stage this month, man. So this song is called Ray, and I hope you enjoy it.
I know that this seems overdue. There's so much left I have to say to you. And even if what we had is through, oh, there's so much left I have to say to you. because how I feel, when you're gone, it feels so real. You and me in the palm of your hand. I wish I could try to make you understand. I would say, Ray, I wish I had the words to tell you how I feel tonight. Ray, I wish I could tell you that you make my world feel so bright. Oh, Ray, now I wish I could tell you all the things you mean to me. Ray, now won't you come back home, keep me some company. 3 a.m. calls out of the blue, but I don't mind, I wanna talk to you. There's nothing I would rather do than put on a song and just dance with you. No, because how I feel, when you're gone, it feels so real. You and me in the palm of your hand. Said I wish I could try to make you understand. And I'd say, Ray, I wish I had the words to tell you how I feel tonight. Ray, oh, I wish I could tell you that you make my world feel so bright. Oh, Ray, now I wish I could tell you all the things you mean to me. Ray, now won't you come back home, keep me some company. Cause it's been too long. Oh, I said it's been too long. Been too long since I talked to you. Too long. It's been too long since I heard from you. There's so much left I have to say to you.
Let's hear it for Mr. John Splitoff.